Very good afternoon. This is the midday news on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Ashwarya with you. Here are the headlines first. Priority should be given to duties rather than rights, asserts Prime Minister Narendra Modi in an interaction with award-winning children of Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar. Says he felt inspired by their achievements. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro arrives for 4-day India visit. Chief guest at 71st Republic Day Parade. He will hold talks with Prime Minister Modi and President Kovind on Saturday. Campaigning for Delhi election, Home Minister Amit Shah and BJP President JPN Nadda to address rallies. Nominations of 698 candidates found valid after scrutiny. Last date for withdrawal today. And China seals off 9 cities as coronavirus toll climbs to 26. More than 30 million are affected. Indian Embassy in Beijing issues helpline number. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that a priority should be given to duties rather than rights. Interacting with the 49 awardees of the Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar, Prime Minister Modi said that he is amazed that at such young age, these children have performed incredible tasks. He added that these children have shown courage to fight difficult situations.
देखिए, आप अपने समाज के प्रति, राष्ट्र के प्रति अपनी ड्यूटी से और उसके लिए जिस प्रकार से जागरूक हैं, ये सिर्फ आपके माता पिता को नहीं, आपके परिवारजनों के लिए, जो भी आपके बारे में जानेगा, उन सबको गर्व होगा, उनको पक्का गर्व होगा। देखिए, मैं एक काम करूंगा, आप सबकी फोटो के साथ मैं आज आपकी जो स्टोरी है उसको मैं सोशल मीडिया में दुनिया से शेयर करूंगा। हर इंडिविजुअल कैसे आपने किया है, क्या कहाँ से आए हैं, कैसा रहा है, मैं लिखूंगा उसमें। लेकिन कुछ गलती हो जाए तो फिर आप नाराज मत हो जाना, हैं? क्योंकि कभी-कभी जानकारियों में गलती हो जाती है।
The Prime Minister further said that one must never rest on our laurels and achievements and always think that we still have a lot to contribute to the country. President Ramnath Kovind presented the Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar on Thursday. The children are winners in the fields of art and culture, innovation, social service, sports and bravery.
बहुत छोटी आयु के हैं, कम आयु के हैं, लेकिन आपको पता है आपने जो काम किया है उसको करने की बात छोड़ दीजिए, सोचने में भी बड़े-बड़े लोगों को पसीने छूट जाते होंगे कि आप कभी भी अपने जीवन में को दूसरे प्रकार के आदतों को घुसने ही मत देना। अभी जो हुआ है वो कुछ नहीं, ऐसा ही मान के जाइए। ठीक है, अभी तो मुझे बहुत कुछ करना है, देश को बहुत कुछ देना है, खुद को हर प्रकार से तैयार करना है। ये अगर जज्बा लेकर के जाते हैं तो आप देखिए आपको इस अवसर का बहुत बड़ा आनंद मिलेगा, उसमें से कुछ नया सीखने को मिलेगा।
On to some other news, Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro will arrive in India on a 4-day visit beginning today with an aim to re-energize the bilateral strategic partnership by boosting trade and investment and deepening cooperation in key sectors like defense and energy. Bolsonaro, during his first visit to India after assuming power, will be the chief guest at India's 71st Republic Day Parade on 26th of January, besides holding talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Ramnath Kovind. Prime Minister Modi had extended the invitation to President Bolsonaro during the G20 summit held in Osaka last year.
Brazilian President Bolsonaro will reach Delhi on January 24th for a 4-day state visit. He will be accompanied by 8 ministers and a business group. During his visit, Bolsonaro will participate in a summit meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi on January 25th, where a number of important agreements are expected to be signed.
The visit of President Bolsonaro is extremely important visit. It will be an opportunity to re-energize our strategic partnership, take it forward in a very focused manner, and we have a very positive and a forward-looking agenda to build stronger ties with Brazil.
The Brazilian president will also be given a ceremonial welcome at Rashtrapati Bhavan and will attend formal talks with President Ramnath Kovind. On January 27th, he will address the India-Brazil Business Forum. India and Brazil share a very close relationship. Apart from bilateral ties, they are also part of IPSA and BRICS and work closely at the United Nations and the World Trade Organization. Brazil is also an active member in the International Solar Alliance formed at the initiative of India. Trade between the two countries stands at about $8.2 billion and is steadily on the rise.
Almost 14 agreements are expected to be signed between India and Brazil, and one of the most important will be getting ethanol making technology from Brazil, because Brazil is very good in that. And once this cooperation is done, it will add to reducing our carbon footprint in the world. Akhilesh Suman for Rajya Sabha Television with camera person Suresh in Delhi.
Meanwhile, Brazilian envoy Andre Arjana Coro de Loga has said that the amended citizenship law and the situation in Kashmir are internal issues of India, and the country with its dynamic democracy will find solutions to these challenges. He said that over 15 agreements will be signed during the Brazilian president's visit to India, including one on the investment protection and facilitation treaty.
We're going to discuss with many ministers the many aspects of our relations and also some of the perspectives in where we can increase this bilateral relation. And by the way, we're going to exchange at that moment more than 15 agreements between the government agreements and also between institutions. And we're going to also launch the plan of action for our strategic partnership. We have a strategic partnership, but we want to make it more dynamic. And the plan of action is going to be launched by the two leaders.
And Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has said that the minority communities in India are safer than most places in the world. Now, speaking at a session on Strategic Outlook India at the World Economic Forum 2020, Goyal said that India is one of the most inclusive societies in the world, which welcomes diverse viewpoints and opinions. He also said that in India, all the government programs are designed in such a way to provide equal opportunity to everyone without any discrimination on the basis of color or caste. On economy, he said that India has huge growth opportunities as he welcomed investors from across the world. On the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, Goyal said that it was an unbalanced trade agreement which was not fulfilling the guiding principles on which RCEP was started about 8 years ago, and therefore India chose not to participate in it. A newly elected BJP President JP Nadda on Thursday hit out at the political parties that are supporting protests against the Citizenship Amendment Act. Addressing a public meeting in Agra in support of the CAA, Nadda said that the Congress was provoking Muslims. Allaying the concerns of the minority community, Nadda said that the law is to provide citizenship and not take it away. He also said that in the past 8 months, the Modi government has done what the previous governments could not do in 70 years.
Congress party जो कुछ नहीं सीए के बारे में जानती है सिवाय भ्रम फैलाने के और कोई काम नहीं कर रही। इनकी राजनीति समाप्त हो गई है। इनको समझ में आ गया है कि देश बदल चुका है और मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में तीव्र गति से आगे बढ़ रहा है। इस कारण से उनकी दिक्कत हो रही है। कोई मुद्दा नहीं रह गया। आप बताइए, ये क्या कहते हैं? ये कहते हैं करोड़ों लोग भारत में आ जाएंगे। अरे तुमने कानून पढ़ा ही नहीं है, आने वालों की बात नहीं है। जो आ गए हैं, जो यहां रह रहे हैं, जो 20-20 साल से यहां रह रहे हैं, उनको नागरिकता दी जा रही है। ये हमारी पार्टी आइडियोलॉजिकल बेस्ड नीतियों के आधार पर खड़ी है और हमारी पार्टी कार्यकर्ता के आधार पर, कैडर के आधार पर खड़ी है। इसलिए कार्यकर्ता की चिंता करना और विचार के लिए समर्पित रहना, इसको आगे बढ़ाने का काम मैं करूंगा।
Nepal has invited Prime Minister Narendra Modi to attend the first Sagarmatha Samvad Forum to be held in Kathmandu in the month of April to deliberate on the most prominent issues of global, regional and national significance. The information was given by Nepal's Foreign Minister Pradeep Kumar Gyavali. The first edition of the Sagarmatha Samvad is scheduled to be held from 2nd of April to 4th of April on the theme Climate Change, Mountains and the Future of Humanity. And now all the news related to the upcoming Delhi Assembly elections. Nominations of 698 candidates for the assembly elections in Delhi have been found valid after scrutiny. 1,029 candidates had filed the nominations for the 70 assembly seats. The nominations can be withdrawn by today. Polling will be held on 8th of February and the counting of votes will be on 11th of February. Meanwhile, campaigning for the Delhi Assembly elections has intensified with leaders from all political parties holding election rallies and road shows. Home Minister Amit Shah is scheduled to address a public meeting in Delhi. BJP President JPN Maoists will also address election rallies in Lakshmi Nagar and Vishwas Nagar. And apart from the BJP, leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress Party are also campaigning. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today held a roadshow in Janakpuri. Later in the day, he is also scheduled to hold road shows in Tilak Nagar and Madhepur. Niti Aayog will develop a national data and analytics platform to make all the government data accessible to all the stakeholders in a user-friendly manner. Releasing the vision document for the National Data and Analytics Platform, Niti Aayog Vice Chairman Rajiv Kumar said that the NDAP will strive to ensure that the data is assured, consistent, coherent and credible. The platform aims to democratize the access to publicly available government data. The vision document was released in the presence of Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant, senior officials from various ministries and state governments, academics and researchers. On to some other news, Lieutenant General Joshi has been appointed as the commander of the Northern Command, which takes a case of the overall security scenario along the border with Pakistan in Jammu and Kashmir as well as with China in Ladakh. Now, Lieutenant General Joshi, with a vast experience of anti-terror operations in Kashmir, succeeds Lieutenant General Ranbir Singh, who retires from service on 31st of January. Lieutenant General Joshi is currently serving as Chief of Staff of the Northern Command. He will take charge of the Northern Command as the General Officer Commanding-in-Chief on 1st of February. And while Lieutenant General C.P. Mohanty has been appointed as the Commander of the Southern Command, he succeeds Lieutenant General S.K. Saini, who will take charge as the new Vice Chief of the Army on Saturday. The post of a Vice Chief fell vacant after General M.M. Narvane was appointed as the Chief of the Army Staff. In midday news, time for a very short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu on Thursday unveiled the statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose at Raj Bhavan in Chennai. Describing Netaji as one of the most illustrious sons of India, the Vice President called upon the youth to take inspiration from his life and strive towards building a new India. Admiring his charismatic personality that made him a natural leader, Venkaiah Naidu said that Netaji was among the few leaders whose life can be a guiding light for the youth. And remembering the life history of Netaji, Vice President Naidu said that Bose was deeply influenced by Swami Vivekananda's teachings and known for his patriotic zeal. The Vice President also mentioned that Bose had passed the Indian Civil Service examination but resigned from service and devoted his life for the cause of our country's freedom.
I am really very happy and feel privileged to unveil this great statue of the great son of this great country. And today is his birthday. On the eve of the birthday of this great son, I salute him on behalf of the nation for doing whatever was possible at the time to get freedom to our motherland.
And now let's talk about environment and climate change. Latest research by Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine says that global climate change is likely to unlock dangerous new microbes and threaten humans' ability to regulate our body temperatures. Global heat-related mortality, especially in the tropical and subtropical regions, will experience the sharpest surge in illness and death stemming from higher temperatures. Global warming will create microbes with higher heat tolerance that will affect human immunity and bring in new infectious diseases. As a result, long-term strategies are needed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and slow the trend of rising temperatures. The Election Commission today suggested the Supreme Court that political parties should be asked not to give tickets to candidates having criminal antecedents. It told the Supreme Court that declaration of criminal antecedents by the candidates has not helped curb criminalization of politics. Meanwhile, the top court asked the poll panel to come up with a framework within 1 week to curb the criminalization of politics in the country. It asked the petitioner, BJP leader and advocate Ashwani Upadhyay and the poll panel to come up with suggestions which would help in curbing criminalization of politics in our country. And let's get you some other news. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu today conveyed warm wishes to the people of Uttar Pradesh on UP Divas. In a series of tweets, the Vice President said that Uttar Pradesh has been playing a remarkable role in Indian history. He added that great freedom fighters were born in this great land. He further wrote that the state has been witnessing a transformation in all spheres and has tremendous growth potential to excel in various sectors. The Vice President also called upon everyone to promote the rich cultural heritage, artistic and craftsmanship of the people of the state. And the National Girl Child Day is being celebrated across the country today. In a Twitter message, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu called upon all people to make programs such as Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao into national movements and generate awareness against gender discrimination and the importance of educating a girl child. National Girl Child Day was started by the Union Ministry of Women and Child Development on 24th of January 2008. Swiftly responding to a request from the Maldives, India on Thursday provided 30,000 doses of measles and rubella vaccine to contain the measles outbreak in that country. The Ministry of External Affairs in a statement said that the doses of MMR vaccine were procured from the Serum Institute of India Private Limited, and within 3 days, the vaccine reached Mali. India's swift response underlines that health remains one of the strongest pillars of bilateral cooperation between India and the Maldives. The statement said this gesture also emphasizes the mutually supportive roles of India's Neighborhood First policy and the Maldives' India First policy. While measles has been eliminated from the Maldives, 4 cases have tested positive in last 1 week. The Maldivian government suspects an outbreak and it required emergency supplies of vaccine. And the top international focus that is, of course, becoming a very big story. China today added a 9th city to a transport ban around the epicenter of a deadly virus, bringing the number affected by the shutdown to over 30 million, as authorities scramble to control the disease. The death toll from the coronavirus has climbed to 26, with confirmed cases rising sharply to 900, prompting authorities to lock down more cities to prevent its spread. The highways to Wuhan remained open initially, but they were ordered to close. Local transportation, including buses, subway and taxis, were also halted. And in addition to all the public transport being suspended, all the planned celebrations and activities in the city have also been cancelled. The World Health Organization has said that it was too early to declare the outbreak of the coronavirus in China a public health emergency of international concern. Meanwhile, Embassy of India in Beijing issued a statement saying that it was in touch with the relevant Chinese authorities in Beijing and Wuhan, as well as Indians in Hubei province. In addition, the embassy has also started 2 hotlines for those who wish to get in touch with it in this regard. And in more international news, US President Donald Trump has opened a new front in his battle against immigration as he barred the issuing of visas to pregnant women seeking to enter the United States for so-called birth tourism. In announcing the move, which takes effect from today, the White House said that the foreigners were using the visas to secure automatic and permanent American citizenship for their children by giving birth on American soil. It further said that the integrity of the American citizenship must be protected. Brussels, 2 top officials, the presidents of the European Commission and the European Council, signed off on Britain's EU divorce agreement today. With Ursula von der Leyen and Charles Michel's former endorsement, the text will now go to the European Parliament on 29th of January for ratification. Then, by next week, diplomats from the EU member states will approve the Brexit deal in writing, ensuring Britain's orderly departure from the EU at midnight on 31st of January. And that is the wrap on this edition of Midday News. Before we go, take a look at the weather conditions in major cities of the country. Thanks so much for watching.